I can start.
Go ahead, sis. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, I thought he wanted us to read silently. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead, Sister Dolores.
Okay, O foolish Galatians, who have bewitched you, that you should not obey the truth, before whose eyes Jesus Christ have been evidently set forth, crucified among you. This only would I learn of you. Receive ye the Spirit by the works of the law, or by the hearing of faith? You are so foolish. Having begun in the Spirit, are you now made perfect by the flesh? Have you suffered so many things in vain? If it is yet in vain, he therefore that main that ministered to you in the Spirit and worked
Mm-hmm.
miracles among you doeth be doeth be doeth
Amen.
be it by the works of the law, or by the hearing of faith.
Amen.
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 Amen. So we are starting with Galatians chapter 3, verses 1 through 5, and then in the assignment and the questions go up to 1 through 23. Should add for a robust conversation tonight. But we're going to be talking about prisoners and outlaws. Again, remember, we're talking about Paul's letter to the Galatians and how they were influenced by the Judaizers, the Jewish people who wanted them to have circumcision and to adhere to all the
Mm-hmm.
laws. So we're going to start it out with the very first question. In question number one, as I sent out, did everybody get their questions? First of all, I just want to make sure everybody got the questions.
Yes.
Everybody, email?
Amen.
You didn't get your
I,
email? I sent them out email. Okay,
I,
well, that's okay. You still can go ahead and just add to the conversation.
oh,
So question number one is this, and this is just for opening discussion, just to get a feel of what we're doing today. So describe an event in your life that shook your sense of security. What did it take for you to feel safe again? Again, describe an event in your life that shook your sense of security. What did it take you to feel safe again? Go ahead, Sister Dolores. I see you.
Okay, when I was 18, I joined the Job Corps, and they sent me to Jersey City, New Jersey. I got there and I called home, and my number was disconnected.
Mm,
So I had no way of contacting my parents, and I was scared. And
yes.
it took a while before they got the phone back on. But once the phone came back on, then I felt okay. But it was really scary because I was up there by myself. I didn't know anybody. And to not be able to get a hold of my parents was not a good thing, especially when I was homebound and not used to going out anywhere.
Okay. Okay. And what did it make? What did it take to make you feel safe again?
Just knowing that the phone got disconnected, the phone got reconnected, and I was able to touch bases with them because at that time, I was not going to church or anything like that. So my only comfort was my parents.
Okay. 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 Anybody else?
I can say
Anybody else?
something.
Okay. Go ahead, Sister Dale.
So I remember the weekend when my son Mario checked in at Oak Hill the weekend, and I think he told the whole neighborhood that he was going to be going. And so when I got back home from Virginia at the end of the trip, and I got to the house, all the glass door had been broken in, and the
Wow.
window had been broken out, and this fear came over me and gripped me. I could not sleep in the house at all because it took a while for it to get repaired, and it was almost like the spirit
Yes.
that wouldn't. I was like scared to actually like go in the house to go to sleep. So much to the point that there was this girl that I used to be trying to shake because she was very what's it called, or very needy.
Yes.
So I used to call her up and say, "Hey, you want to come over?" She was my
Come over
best
and hang
friend.
out.
Yeah, she was my best friend at that point. She said, "Yeah." So every night I used to go get her so she could come over and sleep at the house
Yes.
with me.
Yes.
And then and it still continues. So after, so she said, "You know what you got to do? We have to get some oil. We have to pray up this house." So we got some oil and put it over, and we went right through all the bedrooms and downstairs
Yes.
in the basement and all over. And we speak and told fear to go.
Yes.
And then afterwards, they just left me alone.
Yes.
And
So
I was able to shake that sense of violation, you know.
yes. And Sister Dell, that's a great thank you for sharing. That was great because actually I remember when that was going on because we actually came by just to make sure that everything was going on going all right. But there's some great points in there because be very careful, especially in this day and time, especially now with social media too. You said that he had just told people that you guys were going away. Think about social media and how much people put on social media about where they at, what they eating, where in
Mm-hmm.
Hawaii. You don't understand. People will scheme on you, and everybody that you
Mhm.
think is your friends, they will wait and they will
Mhm.
scheme on you to do something like that. So, but
Mhm.
what did it make you to feel safe again? I love the fact that you took authority spiritually and you begin to
Mhm.
clean the house and you begin to pray over those spirits and you begin to rebuke those spirits. And a lot of times we don't think about that. We let fear overtake us, and that fear can take us in a lot of different paths. So thank you for
Yes.
sharing. Anybody else? Describe an event in your life that shook your sense of security, and what did it take for you to feel safe again?
If I could speak,
Yes,
when
ma'am.
just before I moved here from Philadelphia, when that 45 bullet went through my bedroom window where I sleep right by my
Yes.
bed. And it took my girlfriends to come from North Jersey to rearrange my bedroom. And also, I started sleeping downstairs.
Okay.
So and then I had to get the strength to not walk in fear because I was kind of afraid, sort of like when I
Right.
come outside, I didn't want, people was like, "Are you all right? You all right?" So I had to, kind of like put my head up and walk in strength, like, you all right. It didn't touch you. That bullet didn't hit you.
Yes.
So get it together. But for a minute there, I was like, well, I was scared, but I didn't want to walk in fear, and I didn't want to be scared to be in my own house.
Right. So what did it take for you to feel safe again? What did you do to feel safe again?
For me to stand strong and know that I didn't hit me, and my girlfriend's
Okay.
changing my room around.
Okay. 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 That's all
I
good.
have one.
Anybody? Go ahead. Go ahead, Coley.
Uh, a group of women. We were on an airplane. We were coming from Alabama from a women's meeting, and Dr. T said, "Start praying because we have witches aboard this aircraft." And I was sitting behind her. So without questions, we start looking around and just start praying in tongues. And as we start praying in tongues, the airplane dropped from 30,000 feet to I don't know how low it went. But we just kept praying, and we start stretching our hands toward where the two women were.